Hello students, I am going to take biology for you. Today in this video, we are going to see plant anatomy and plant physiology. So anatomy, what do you mean by anatomy? Have you ever come across the word anatomy? So anatomy is the branch of biology that deals with the study of internal structure of plants. Anatomy, it deals with the study of internal structure of plants. Internal structure of plants. Physiology. So physiology, it deals with the study of functions of plants. And one more word there is morphology. So morphology means it deals with the study of external structure of plants. So anatomy, what do you mean by anatomy? It's a branch of biology which deals with the study of internal structure of plants. Physiology, it deals with the study of functions of plants. And morphology, it deals with the study of external structure of plants. Now, internal structure of plant, it was first given by Nehemiah Grew. It was first given by Nehemiah Grew. And this Nehemiah Grew, he is said to be the father of anatomy. So he is said to be the father of anatomy. So who is the father of anatomy? Nehemiah Grew. Okay, so who is the father of anatomy? Nehemiah Grew. He is said to be the father of anatomy. Now coming to the next one, tissues. So before going to tissues, we know that all organisms are formed of cells. The cells, they are grouped together to form tissues. The tissues are grouped together to form organs. Organs are grouped together to form organ system. And so the cells, they are grouped together to form tissues. Tissues are grouped together to form organs. Organs are grouped together to form organ system. And after that, it gives rise to a new organism. So let us come to tissues. So now coming to tissues. So what is tissue? So tissues are group of cells that are similar or dissimilar in structure but perform similar function. So what are tissues? They are group of cells that are similar or dissimilar in structure but they perform similar function. So plant tissues, they are classified into two types. So one is meristematic tissue. Meristematic tissue, and another one is permanent tissue. Permanent tissue, which we have studied in 9th standard. So let us recall that. So tissues, they are classified into two. What are they? Meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. So meristematic tissue. Meristematic means they are immature cells which are capable of division. Meristematic tissue means they are immature cells which are capable of division. Example, we can see in the growing tips of plants. We can see that in the growing tips of the plants. So permanent tissue. Permanent tissue means at one stage it stops its growth. At one stage it stops its growth. That is coming under permanent tissue. So the next one is tissue system. So these tissues, they are classified into three types. They are epidermal tissue, epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, and vascular tissue system. So tissue system, that is classified into three types. They are epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system, and vascular tissue system. Now this epidermal tissue system, it is divided into three types. It is formed of epidermis. Stomata and epidermal outgrowth. So, epidermal tissue system, it is formed of epidermis, stomata and epidermal outgrowth. So, first coming to epidermis. So, what do you mean by epidermis? Epidermal tissue system, it is formed of epidermis, stomata and epidermal outgrowth. So, epidermis, what do you mean by epidermis? Epidermis, it's the outermost layer. It's the outermost layer of the plant body. What's the function? It is giving us protection. Protection to the inner organs. So epidermis is the outermost layer of the plant body and is giving protection to the inner organs. And next one, stomata. So stomata, here in the leaves there are minute pores, that is called as stomata. A minute pores called as stomata. And what's the function of this stomata? It helps in transpiration. Minute pores, and the function is it helps in transpiration. So what do you mean by transpiration or define transpiration? Loss of water in the form of water vapor from the aerial parts of the plant. So stomata, they are the minute pores and it helps in transpiration. And the last one is epidermal outgrowth. So when you are taking the epidermal outgrowth, they are the root hairs. They are the root hairs. So now what's the function of this root hairs? It is absorbing the water. So what's the function of this root hairs? It helps in absorption of water. So again coming to this tissue system, it is of three parts. It contains three parts. They are epidermal tissue system, ground tissue system and vascular tissue system. And epidermal tissue system consists of epidermis, stomata and epidermal outgrowth. So epidermis is the outermost layer of the plant. It is giving protection to the inner organs. Stomata, they are the minute pores. They are the minute pores and it helps in transpiration. Epidermal outgrowth, they are nothing but the root hairs which helps in absorption of water. Suppose. So ground tissue contains cortex, endodermis, pericycle and pith. So the ground tissue, they are cortex, endodermis, pericycle and pith. So that is except epidermis and vascular tissue. The last one, vascular tissue. Vascular tissue. So vascular tissue, it consists of xylem and phloem. Vascular tissue, it consists of xylem and phloem. They are seen in bundles. So they are said to be vascular bundles. Now we know that the xylem, it is responsible for transportation of water. It is conducting water and minerals. Conduct water and minerals. So xylem, it is responsible for conduction of water and minerals. Phloem, it is responsible for conduction of food materials. So vascular tissue it is formed of vascular tissue it is formed of xylem and phloem. Xylem it is responsible for conducting water and minerals, and phloem it is responsible for conducting food materials. Now there are three different types of vascular bundles. So they are radial, vascular bundles. It's of three types. They are radial, conjoint and concentric. So vascular bundles, there are three types. They are radial, conjoint and concentric. Now this radial, they are present in different radii. They are present in different radii alternating each other. So here there is endodermis, so radial bundles, they are seen in different radii which are alternating with each other. So this is xylem and this is phloem. Xylem and phloem. Next, conjoined. So conjoined, they lie in the same radius. They lie in the same radius. This is xylem and this is phloem. So conjoined, they are lying in the same radius. And the last one is concentric. So in concentric, the xylem, it is completely surrounded with phloem. In concentric, the xylem, it is completely surrounded with phloem or vice versa. So here we can see, so here there is xylem that is completely surrounded with phloem. Or sometimes there is phloem that will be completely surrounded with xylem. So that is called as concentric bundles. I hope you have understood, and now you can open your PDF and you can go through that.